quick Dr. Pepper open.
You cannot be drinking.
I'm going to be sipping.
You cannot. Wait, Mykah, I'm serious. You cannot be drinking a Dr. Pepper.
This is another fun game for the listeners. It's try listen out for the secret sips.
You can't be doing this.
They didn't even hear that. Everybody, welcome back once more to Podzilla, the show where we cover all kaiju media. We've pivoted. No more Godzilla. We are God.
We are Godzilla?
We are Godzilla.
We've become Godzilla.
We are now Godzilla. We're not exclusive to Godzilla.
No.
We have branched out from our first seasons. Where we once covered Godzilla, we have now tackled the mountain that is Gamera. I am Mykah Drake, and with me...
hey, I'm Jasher. No,
we need to find a better way to do this.
No adjectives needed. I'm just Jasher. I'm here.
I feel like after 3 seasons, we should have been able to find a way to real succinctly, real efficiently do an intro.
Wrap it up. Yeah. Next episode. Get ready, guys.
Yep.
Be ready for next episode.
It's a new leaf.
It's going to be insane. Podzilla has now, as of this very moment, covered every single Godzilla movie and Godzilla show. And every single Gamera movie and Gamera show.
It's a good feeling.
Look at us.
Kings of kaijus.
We are the kaiju kings. And today we're going to be just blabbing on about Gamera. We're going to be doing a bit of an overview, a retrospective, talking about our favorite moments, favorite monsters, and hearing from you guys, the P fans, the listeners of Podzilla, as to what your favorite movies and your favorite moments and your favorite characters were. I'm excited.
We've classically done a retrospective for a lot of the Godzilla eras when we covered that old guy. And this is a chance for us to just have a chat about everything we've experienced over the past few months.
Because there's been a lot. It's 8 Showa era Gamera films, 4 Heisei era Gamera films, a short film, an anime series. There's a little bit there.
I'm not going to lie, Jasher, after watching them pretty much weekly, I feel like they have started to blur together a little bit.
Yeah, definitely when looking back to the Showa films in particular, they were already very formulaic. And we talked about that a lot when we were covering them. But I feel like, as we were going into them fresh for the first time, we found a lot to appreciate. We were finding the differences. But you're right, now months on from the Showa era films, I cannot tell you which kid is in which film.
I feel like there were 5 movies with a duo of kids who swam in a submarine and were abducted by aliens.
Yeah, I could not tell you what Gamera film you were talking about with that. But we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of monsters, a lot of monsters that have been redesigned and redone a few times, especially off the heels of Gamera Rebirth. That was the whole thing. So I'm excited to talk about it. But if I could take us back to begin with, if I could just take us back to the start of Gamera, to Gamera's beginnings, Mykah. You remember that Daiei was originally making like this giant kaiju rat project?
We remember the rats.
Yeah. They had a rat movie they were trying to make, and they were using live rats on the soundstage, and it was terrible. They could not control these rats. Everyone was getting sick. They were spreading a lot of disease around the set.
Eating each other as well.
They were eating each other. Yeah. It's
a great working environment.
Great working environment. A great film to be working on. Imagine you're the best boy. Your first job as the best boy on Nezura. And you just see rats eating one another in front of you.
Oh gosh. Imagine being the boom guy.
The boom guy.
Can we get some ADR of those rats?
Rats chewing on the mic, eating the mic, spreading disease and pestilence. Pestilence. A lot of pestilence on that set. And pestilence. And that failed. Nezura failed. And then they came up with another monster idea. I don't know if we ever talked about this. They wanted to make an octopus kaiju movie. The kaiju was going to be called Dakota.
Oh, Dakota?
Dakota
is a good name for a kaiju octopus. I'm actually all aboard the Dakota train.
Dakota does sound like a good kaiju name, but when you realize there's an actual place called Dakota, it just loses a bit of that lust.
No. I think it enhances it, really.
But after Dakota was a no-go, they finally settled on Gamera, the giant flying turtle, who we all know and love. And Noriaki Yuasa one of Gamera's creators, went on to direct 7 of the 8 Showa-era Gamera films. He's kind of like the Gamera guy, the granddaddy of Gamera, to be honest. A lot of the movies were his. And then after him, we kind of had this visionary kaiju filmmaker, Shusuke Kaneko, who came along and directed his little trilogy of Heisei-era films as well. So they're the big names on the table here when we're going to be talking about all these movies, all these directors, Yuasa and Kaneko.
Which is a great departure from... I feel like we're going to be mentioning Godzilla left, right, and center. Because it's like the big one to compare to.
Yeah.
But where that series was so rife with different directors for pretty much every movie.
I feel like Noriaki Yuasa would be the Ishiro Honda. Because Ishiro Honda in the Showa era, a lot of them were his.
Yeah. It feels like for Gamera, more so they had like a very small select few directors that they carried through the series.
Yeah. Because there was only a different one on Barugon. And then only a different one on the Brave.
Yeah, they're the choice cuts.
Yeah. But then on top of this, which makes the Gamera franchise very interesting, is the whole Dai saga as well.
Yeah.
Which you can feel throughout the Gamera franchise. Dai is just having a really messy, terrible time. They declared bankruptcy in 1971 while they were making Gamera movies. Then they divided up all their subsidiaries in 1977. And then they came back as New Dai. And they were only a distributor, not a producer at that point for the Heisei era. And then they finally ended up selling their whole company to the Kadokawa Corporation in 2002. So the Dai doesn't exist anymore. It's Kadokawa, who you don't hear about.
I don't think I've ever heard their name before.
They're a big corporation. I was looking up their Wikipedia page. They own so many subsidiaries. Like, subsidiaries? Subsidiaries. Man, we're not even talking about monster names yet. And I don't know English. Yeah, they've got like supermarket chains and retail stores and so much stuff.
One of those real umbrella companies.
Yeah. Who knows what they're really doing?
It's all the front.
It could be. So yeah, Dai had a messy run. Gamera had a messy run because of that. When we saw things like Super Monster, we saw a lot of clip shows. But the Kadokawa Corporation revived Gamera in 2023 for Gamera Rebirth, which we just talked about last week. And what's interesting, we didn't read it out last week, but the production committee of Gamera Rebirth, the people at Kadokawa, they came out and said that they really want to produce additional seasons of Gamera Rebirth with increased fighting scenes. However, they feel like Gamera's future is uncertain. Then the director of Rebirth came out and said he has enough ideas for 5 seasons. He even wants to do a future live action adaptation.
Oh, that's epic.
And then the Kadokawa Corporation came out and said they hope the series eventually become one of the stepping stones for the revival of the Gamera franchise in the future.
That's awesome. And that was all said, I imagine, after the series released?
Yeah, that's where we are now, is they want to make more Gamera.
There's hope for the future.
There's a lot
That's great to hear.
So what a journey. We've been through a lot of ups and downs. Gamera's been through a lot of ups and downs. So I was thinking, why don't we go down and back up and do our Gamera movie rankings?
Yeah. We're going down first?
We start down.
We start on the bottom.
And then we get to the top.
Going from the ground up.
Yeah.
Great.
The ground up. So 14 Gamera movies, I guess 13 and the Americanization.
Yeah.
Didn't even mention. Did we kind of just do what we usually do? And did you want to start, Mykah, and maybe go through your whole ranking? And guys, I have a feeling these are going to be spicy. P-fans.
I think we both may have a lot of hot takes here.
Which you're not new to. Yeah, this is just hold on to your butts. This is going to be very interesting. I can't wait to hear yours.
Great. So off the bat, I guess, if we're going from lowest to highest, the lowest one for me, Gamera the Invincible.
Me too.
No surprise there. This is the Americanization of the original Gamera the Brave.
Gamera the Brave? Mykah, tell me the name of the original Gamera right now.
Jasher, it was Gamera. I can't even see it on my list.
Remember it.
The giant monster.
Yes. Good job.
Oh, first movie and we're already going down. We've talked about this one. This one was just rife with your classic Americanization pitfalls.
A lot of old dudes talking in boardrooms.
And a lot of just bad American actors.
A lot of them. Yeah, they were all terrible. I don't know how it still happens.
I'll talk about the OG soon. Next up on the list was Gamera versus Zigra.
Me too. That's my 14 and 13 as well.
And Zigra is the aquatic kaiju.
Yeah.
It really ended up just being a movie I really struggle to remember anything about, apart from Zigra, and even then, barely anything about him.
You remember the SeaWorld stuff? The seals?
Oh, yes, I do. The seals were cool. This is the one where the alien woman was just literally Scooby-Dooing, chasing the kids around the entire movie. Yeah, not Gamera's greatest moment there.
I think Zigra is the only Gamera film that I flat out don't like. And I think it is just because the series that was getting increasingly more formulaic, this was the point when the whole movie just felt stale and the whole thing just felt like repetition. Like there was hardly any new ideas apart from the seals, I guess.
The location, which I feel like they probably did so that they wouldn't have to pay for actual locations to shoot in.
Definitely, they got some sort of scheme to show off the location and get a cheaper place to shoot.
Next, surprisingly, I think is Gamera Guardian of the Universe for me.
Oh my God. You can't do that.
This is literally the start of the hot takes. This is where the movies, stop being bad and more just are a little bit mediocre for me.
The first Heisei era Gamera film.
Yep. I never found it as enticing as an opening to the franchise. And while the Heisei trilogy ended up redeeming itself for me quite a bit, the first movie by itself, at least on a first watch, I feel like it wasn't anything super duper special. Haters, feel free to come at me.
They will come at you. I agree with you to a point. I think it was really great. And again, all the Heisei era movies, we'll get into it later, but the miniature stuff, the monster stuff, the practical effects is like the best it's ever been. But especially with that first one, the characters, that main dude in it, like he has some funny moments when he shows up at the house and he's cooking some food, but he's so bland.
The fact that when we talk about that character, that is the only thing that we've spoken about him. It's like, there was that one great moment where he cooked food.
Name one other thing he did. You can't.
After that, for me, it would be Gamera Super Monster, which is the famed clip show. I actually like this a bit more in hindsight, I think. Apart from the fact that most of it is just redone footage of old movies, and even the new shots with Gamera are really nothing to be excited about.
That new Gamera puppet is just he looks like he's on drugs. Have you seen this thing? He's like arms outstretched.
Yeah. That being said, though, I really loved the human side of the story here. The main character, the main kid, was fantastic, and I really loved the leader of the trilogy of superhero women. She was such a standout in that movie.
Yeah.
For what could have easily come across as a very, very cheesy and very gimmicky role, she just put her all into it, and I think that elevated it a good bit for me.
Kalara. Yeah, she was great.
And just some fun ideas. Give me a van with like a music synthesizer to control it. It's great. Next up for me was Gamera the Giant Monster, the OG movie, 1965. I still don't think it is nearly as potent or as powerful as, say, the intro to 1954 Godzilla, which was such a just like right from the get-go, it kind of did everything I was expecting and hoping it would do. Gamera did feel a little bit iffy for me at the start.
Well, again, they had to use old production equipment. They had to film in black and white.
And it was a very like last-minute production for a lot of it.
Because of all this Nizura Dakota stuff, apparently. So you can give them a bit of slack for that, but you're right, it does fall completely short of any emotional through line like the original Godzilla had.
Yeah.
But it's still a cool monster movie.
Oh yeah, for like a starting off point for a kaiju, it gives the character so much to grow off of. Even like fleshing out Gamera and his ability to turn into a UFO tortoiseshell spinning around in the air, launching him off to space.
I wish they played with that more, because that happens in that first movie when like the old drunk dude's walking around. He's like, oh, is that a UFO, a will-o'-the-wisp? I wish they did that more. I just want more random people in Gamera movies being like, what was that?
What the heck? Next up for me would be Gamera versus Giron. I think this is the point where we've seen a little bit of the same.
The point.
And there are a lot of points in the Gamera franchise. Funny. Real funny. This is when they start to do the abduction storyline more frequently.
Yeah.
And this is the one with the two. This is what our season art is based off of.
Gamera versus Giron, our seasonal podcast art inspiration.
Yeah. Very fun. I did actually love the story on its own of these two children getting abducted, having to like watch Gamera fight on this other world with these, these just two aliens who want to. Do they want to eat their brains?
Yeah,
these are the ones who wanted to eat their brains.
Yep. And there was a bit of Scooby-Dooing going on as well between their little teleporter things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting ideas. Interesting brains. Next up for me is Gamera the Brave, 2006.
You're sitting a dagger into my heart right now.
Fun little movie.
A point into my heart.
Point right into your heart. Fun little flick. Good way to try revitalize the franchise. It didn't really hit it for me though, It didn't quench my thirst for Gamera. Because Gamera was barely in it.
Yeah.
Toto was in it more.
Yeah. You're right.
But with Zetus, I don't think Zetus was a standout monster for me. And it was a nice film though. Like as a kid, you'd have fun watching this.
Great dad.
Great dad slapping the kid.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie started to lean a bit too heavily in the direction of, this is for kids.
I'll save my thoughts.
Yeah, I know you really love that one. Next up for me is Gamera versus Barugon. This is the Indiana Jones style one.
No kids.
No kids.
No kids to be seen.
Sequel to the OG. Very fun take on it.
Just people wandering into a native village and be like, hey, we're going to steal your treasure and awake your god.
Find this rainbow monster. It's like a classic kaiju movie.
Classic kaiju movie of a monster whose weakness is water, yet he is born in water and drops into water as the first thing he does.
Makes sense, Jasher. Makes sense. Next up for me is, and this is where I think they start getting quite good for me, Gamera 2 Attack of Legion.
What number is this for you?
Oh, gosh.
Do you have numbers?
This would be 6 for me.
Okay.
6 from the top. I really, really love Legion as a character, but I feel like still the same thing as the first trilogy movie. I didn't really find it that enthralling apart from the actual Gamera fights and Gamera scenes. Gamera and Legion in this are both fantastic, but everything around that kind of falls very short for me. Next up is Gamera versus Virus.
Yes.
I don't love this iteration of Virus.
Don't you?
But I think that the plot here of the human characters and the two children is just so great.
Even just the aliens themselves, like the Virus themselves, before they turn into the squids, they're really memorable.
Yeah, with like the anti-gravity shenanigans as they're jumping through the little doorways.
Scary guys in sunglasses who have those like light up eyes underneath them.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really cool.
I think this is one of the better, in fact, I'd say one of the best human is one of the best Gamera movies in terms of the human story.
And these are the Boy Scouts, eh?
Yeah. I think it's real fun. After that is Gamera versus Jiger. I found a lot of cool elements for this. A lot of cool themes along the way. And I think it's just fun having Gamera like out of the picture, crucified on the ground for half the flick.
Magic school bust. They're inside him fighting baby kaiju. That was fun.
That's right, yeah. Great stuff. Gamera versus Gyaos is next.
Whoa. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. This is purely so high because I looked up my Letterboxd rating for it and I saw I rated it 4 stars. I can't remember too much about it. Jog my memory. What happens in Versus Gear? No, I'll let you talk about it when it comes to it, Jasher.
I've got counts.
Apparently, I really loved that one. Gamera versus Rebirth is second for me.
Gamera versus Rebirth, the scariest Gamera monster. Rebirth.
We're not talking about monsters.
You said Gamera versus Rebirth.
Yeah.
Rebirth was scary, man.
The scariest monster of them all. I really, really liked Rebirth. I thought that the human characters, our 4 boys of the core cast, were really quite fleshed out in a lot of ways. Yeah, 4 boys. Go watch the show.
I can't believe that you like Brody. I just can't believe it.
Brody's great, man.
There's no way. There's no way you can like that guy. He's the biggest douche I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dude, just wait. Season 2 comes and he'll steal your heart. I thought that having like a Monster of the Week format was a really great idea for this. And when you have 40-ish minutes per episode dedicated just to like having the coolest fight with each of these kaiju, like they're not super prolonged, but they're jam-packed with moves and fun, like showcases of the monster's abilities, and real fun, real cool iterations. I think most iterations of these monsters surpass the original designs for me.
Yeah, that's cool. Was this your number 2?
That was number 2.
Your second favorite bit of Gamera content?
Yeah, funnily enough.
Wow.
And then up the top for me is Gamera 3. Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris.
Yeah.
That episode was super fun, but it was such a great way where afterwards watching the movie kind of redeemed the entire Heisei trilogy for me.
Really? Yeah, I felt a bit of the same as well. I put it into a different context. Again, we talked about like the way that movie plays with perspectives in the episode, but it really plays with perspectives on the whole trilogy as a whole, which was really cool.
Yeah, it ties everything together. Yeah, Jasher, that's me. That's my ranking.
Do you want to go bottom to top real quick?
Bottom to top?
Yeah.
Gamera the Invincible. Gamera versus Zigra. Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. Gamera Super Monster. Gamera the Giant Monster. Gamera versus Giron. Gamera the Brave. Gamera versus Baragon. Gamera to Attack a Legion. Gamera versus Virus. Gamera versus Jiger. Gamera versus Gyaos. That's there for some reason. Gamera Rebirth. And Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris. That's me.
I love it.
I'll chuck it over to you because I want to know what happens in versus Gyaos.
I hope I'm right.
Is that the construction one?
Yeah, it was
okay, yeah, I remember that. That was a good one.
The new kid. Is it Aichi?
With the yellow hat?
Yes.
Maybe.
And he's leading the journalist to the Gauss cave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See? There we go. There we go. Good movie. Yeah. I'll start from the bottom of mine. I've got Gamera the Invincible. Americanizations. Terrible. The only way it could have been improved was if it had some Dr. Pepper.
Has there ever been a good Americanization?
I feel like you enjoyed Gigantus the Fire Monster, which was redo of Godzilla Raids Again, but with a new script.
I need to watch that again. I think that was quite
I think you liked it. But yeah, that's on the bottom for me. Then Gamera versus Zigra. Yeah, again, it gets to the point in the Gamera Show era where you're just watching more of the same. And this was the most samey of them all. And then for me is Gamera Super Monster. And I enjoyed Super Monster. Just like you, sure there's stupid clip show stuff going on, but Dai-A was in dire straits. They needed to get a movie out there to try and make some money. And I think they did a really good job with the limited access to footage they had, the limited time they had to do things. It's super goofy. It's super weird. It's way different to any of the other Gamera stuff. But it's really fun at the same time.
I think because it's a little bit of a breath of fresh air, it stands out. But like if the clip show aspects weren't in it and they had its own original script for Gamera, I think it would be a really, really good movie.
I think it would. Imagine that, another like alien monster coming to fight Gamera. The Superwoman are trying to help him out. Yeah, you're right. That would have been cool. Next for me in number 11 is Gamera versus Geron. I really love the production design for this one. The aliens, the planet, space scouts popping up. But just like you said, the plot's a bit lame. It's just a bit more of the same. The Geron fight is cool though. I like Geron versus Gamera, just not when Geron moves to his weird puppet form where his eyes are weirdly spaced out.
Yeah.
But
that final move, throwing the rocket through Geron's nose.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's a lot of good fights. And then next for me after that is Gamera 2 Attack of the Legion. Yeah, I think this is my least favorite of the Heisei trilogy. The monster stuff, incredible. I think that might be one of my favorite fights in the whole Gamera franchise when Gamera and Legion go head to head on that big, is it like an airport or a big field or a big patch of desert?
Yeah, it's like a landing strip.
Yeah, on the landing strip. It was a really cool fight, and Legion is super impressive how they were able to pull them off. It just doesn't have any weight for me in terms of story. That one was a lot of sciencey gobbledygook that just was unnecessary. And then after that, Gamera the Giant Monster. I think it was a solid starting point as well. I really like the character of Toshio. And I love his unabashed love for Gamera. Him jumping onto trains that are going to be blown up just to get closer to his turtle that he loves.
The gall on this kid.
Yeah. Toshio. After that is Gamera the Guardian of the Universe. I enjoyed Guardian of the Universe. I just found it to be a bit of a weak kickoff to the trilogy. And yeah, I was a bit let down by the Heisei trilogy overall. It's just like the characters in those first two don't jump out to me. The tone's very messy. But they start nailing it a bit more and more as they go on. And the practical effects. Amazing. Amazing stuff. After Guardian of the Universe, Virus. I really enjoyed Virus. It was very fun. Reminded me of Star Trek, Doctor Who. And I like it when these films change the tone a little bit and go to places and things we haven't seen before. And everything aboard the Virus ship was very cool. Gamera Rebirth is after that. I thought it was good. I thought Gamera Rebirth was good. Brody, I don't know who could like that dude.
Brody is epic, man.
But it was a good show. I hope we get some more of it. Gamera versus Baragon after that. Then Gamera versus Jiga. That's just really, really cool story. Again, I think Baragon and Jiga both do it. Get Baragon, Jiga, and Virus when they all the classic Gamera formula, which is tried and true, but they do inject it with like an Indiana Jonesy feel, or Jiga like a crazy old school. What was it? A dagger that was cursed that awoke Jiga, and then they're going inside Gamera. They just put
not just a dagger, a giant dagger.
Giant dagger. They put so much weird stuff in it that I really love. Number 3 for me, Revenge of Iris, and I think they do nail the Heisei trilogy tone by the time they get to that movie. Amazing movie. Really, really took my breath away with the themes it played with. Number 2, Gamera versus Gauss. Man, this construction company in Gauss, Mykah, and that green cave that Gauss comes out of. The thing I loved about Gauss was just it was so ingenious with its practical effects.
Yeah, I remember that being a standout for us.
Like years and years before any of the stuff done in Revenge of Iris, they're cutting so many things in half with Gauss's, what do you call it? I say it all the time. His scalpel?
You say it all the time.
Gauss's scalpel. Yeah, they cut so many things in half. Gauss looks really impressive. He's getting his foot ripped off. His toes are regrowing. It's got a lot of action in it and just a lot of creative filmmaking that I loved. It really stands out even from a lot of the Godzilla Showa era stuff. And then last, top of my
Your number one
list.
This is so crazy.
Gamera the Brave is my baby, Mykah. I said it before, but it's really it feels like a live action Ghibli film to me. So much fun, has so much heart, but it doesn't shy away from those darker tones that it has in it, the darker themes. It gets emotional when it needs to. And it just has a certain filmmaking flair in it with the way it was shot, the scenes it focuses on, how the film actually puts together and feels and looks. It stood out to me the most out of all the other Gamera movies. And it nailed that tone I was looking for that the Shoei era tried to do, that the Heisei era touched on a little bit. It combines the two of them and creates something really, really special. Gamera and this connection to Toru? Yeah. Their connection to one another and their friendship. And I thought it was great.
It is a movie that really gets to the heart of that connection between Gamera and the children.
Yeah, my only 5 out of 5 Gamera flick. I don't think you had one.
I don't have one. Highest was 4.5 for me.
Whoa. So in your estimations, Godzilla, way below him. Gamera.
Not way below. I think Godzilla is consistently better on average.
Yeah.
But Gamera still has some real fun moments. Like in Gamera the Brave particularly, like that last baton race with the children.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got some real...
Mm-hmm.
It's still got some real great scenes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the movies. Should we go to, I mean, we haven't done this before. Should we just go to what our listeners thought of the movies?
Yeah.
Should we do that bit by bit? So we put out a little Google form to you guys over the last week where you all voted on your favorite Gamera movies, your first favorite, second favorite, third favorite. Then we did a bit of a ranking system, tallied them up. And according to you guys, the best Gamera film of all time. Number
Gamera
one.
Super Monster.
Mykah, can you guess the top 3, the audience's 3 voted Gamera films?
Is it just the 3 Heisei movies?
It's the 3 Heisei movies. Number 1, Revenge of Iris. Number 2, Attack of Legion. Number 3, Guardian of the Universe.
Wow.
And it was by a landslide. There were only a couple votes here and there for any of the Shoei era stuff. Even Gamera the Brave, I think, out of like the 40-something submissions we had, only one person put Gamera the Brave in their top 3.
And it was you.
It wasn't
on your
me.
old account.
Yeah, I wish. But you guys love the Heisei trilogy. It seems like, I mean, when we went into this, we knew that they're hailed as the best kaiju films ever. And in some people's estimations, better than a lot of the Godzilla stuff, better than the Godzilla Heisei era, better than anything Godzilla's done is the Gamera Heisei trilogy. So that's what people think.
I need to give it a rewatch because I think that for a lot of people, they would have grown up with this trilogy. And on repeat viewings, I'm hoping that I'm able to, squeeze a little bit more out of it. Maybe see the hidden gem that was unpolished on our first watch.
Yeah, I'm excited to give it a watch sometime soon as well. Check out some of those joke comedy dubs. Can you guess who everyone voted for their favorite director?
Shusuke Kaneko?
Yeah, Shusuke Kaneko, who, funnily enough, also won the audience vote for the best director of the Millennium Era.
Wow.
With GMK. So you guys love Shusuke Kaneko? I'd probably pick him for my favorite overall director as well.
I think he does a great job at
to
directing.
ask because again, you've got Noriaki Yuasa who's done so much, Kaneko who's done so much, and then the dude who did The Brave and the dude who did Baragon. But very interesting. Heisei trilogy is reigning supreme. Mykah, should we go into our favorite monsters? Should we rank the Gamera monsters?
Do you want to go first for this one?
Yeah, and we're doing our top 10,
which leaves what? 2,
even
3
out,
out,
like 11 or 12 Gamera monsters. We're going to do top 10. Bottom for me is Zigra, number 10. He made the list.
Wait, who didn't make the list?
Jiga did not make my list. Zigra's at the bottom. I, more than anything, like how they rated Zigra in Rebirth. That design really stuck out to me and how they played with his super long tail. They made him really gnarly, how he attacks those ships in the ocean. Yeah, Zigra, least favorite movie. He was an all right monster, Still bottom of my list. Then next is Legion. The more I think about Legion, the more the design just hurts my brain. The more the dude just hurts me. I love this big bug idea, but he's got so much going on, so many appendages. Just so many.
We need to make a graph. Are you saying the more appendages, the less you like them?
Yeah. Yeah, like an all right design, just a bit too much going on for me. Baragon is my number 8. I'm team hashtag Baragon should have been in Rebirth. Baragon was really cool with his long, like chameleon tongue, the ice abilities, the rainbow bomb attack. Yeah, I like the guy. I just love how he grows. He's a real tiny lizard to begin with, and then he grows up, and it's quite a unique Anguirus-esque design. I like what they did with him. Number 6 for me is Zetus from Gamera the Brave. I don't see why everyone doesn't like this guy. He, more than any of the others, again, didn't really look like a guy in a suit. It looked like they really pulled him off, made him look like a giant monster. And the weird, pointy fin appendages off his back. Are those appendages too?
No.
What is an appendage, Mykah? Nurse Mykah.
Who's your next monster?
I like to see this. Number 5 is Iris. Again, I love Iris, but there's something in my brain that's just like, what the heck is that thing?
Yeah, it sounds like you're not
movie?
the biggest fan of those monsters, which are real over-the-top crazy.
Over-designed a little bit.
2000s-ish designs.
Yeah, I want them to be a bit grounded, I think. Gamera is my number 4. Who doesn't love Gamera? He's so cool. He's so cool, Gamera. Number 3, Gauss. I've really grown to love the Gauss design and how they keep reinventing him. Gauss has been in so many movies, from Gauss to Gearon to Super Monster to Iris to Brave to now Rebirth. Again, Gauss has become kind of Gamera's arch enemy. I love how the more and more they invent him, the more and more like decrepit they make it look. Like he's just like this crazy goblin-esque, demented red dinosaur. Eyes falling out, bits blowing up. Kind of scary. I like him. Number 2 is Toto. Mykah.
Did I expect anything less?
I love Toto. This little turtle we see smiling and flying around. And I feel like we got to feel for Toto in one movie. Again, it's probably my Brave bias coming in, but we got to feel for Toto in one movie more than we've felt for Gamera for his whole run of movies. We got to see his connection, why he cares about humanity so much, and him pulling through at the end there in Gamera the Brave. But number 1 for me, Mykah, my favorite Gamera monster, Marukobukarappa. Marukobukarappa, my favorite Gamera monster. Number 1. Marukobukarappa. Yeah, I really just like his mushroom-looking body, his squat little posture. Those, you know, Marukobukarappa.
No clue.
His fingers.
Who you're talking about? Is he from like the manga?
We haven't talked about it. We joked about it. But there was a bonus special feature short.
Oh, is this with like the snakes? Yeah.
It's included on Gamera Laserdisc called Gamera vs. Garasharp, which was mostly pictures and bad-looking miniature monsters. With 2 new monsters, a snake called Garasharp, and then it ends with like, coming up next, he's going to battle this thing. And it's Marukobukarappa. And you just see a still image of him. Yeah. This was a joke. This is a joke, by the way. I don't like Marukobukarappa.
Marukobukarappa.
But I just thought
Jasher, who's your main one?
I just thought I should mention him. Marukobukarappa. You looking at this guy?
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
Look at him. Can you imagine him actually going up against Gamera?
Yeah. He'd be wasted within 5 seconds.
Anyway, Virus is my number 1.
On Wikizilla, his alternate name is Elusive Unused Monster. And his species is the giant Japanese shame-faced crab.
There were action figures and like ornaments made of Marukobukarappa and Garasharp.
That's funny, man.
I'm going to add them to the list of things I want. Matango Tricycle, Marukobukarappa, Mystery Bones of Infant Island. There's a few up there.
Skeleturtle.
Sorry,
Virus was your number 1.
Virus, which might be surprising, but I actually do like his original Showa era design. It just looks so weird. But I love how clever they get with using his body to do different things, whether it's grappling onto Gamera, whether it's piercing through him, whether he's flying in the sky. And I love how they reinvented him in Rebirth as well and made him this weird eldritch kind of metallic mechanical space thingy. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like I've always loved giant octopus. I've always liked octopi in kaiju movies. I might have liked Dakota if we ever saw the guy, but I think they did a real clever take with Virus and just made him weird. If you want me to like anything, show me something, make it weird. All these viruses, one caged up in a cage in a spaceship, they double cross the kids, they all combine, they get decapitated, they grow into a giant virus, they pretty much kill Gamera, pierce him through his stomach, and that whole final scene of that movie, it's just so weird, and I love him. I love Virus.
That's great, man. Was Giron on your list?
Yeah, number 7.
Number 7.
So bottom to top, Zigra, Legion, Baragon, Giron, Zetus, Iris, Gamera, Gauss, Toto, Virus, special mention, Marukobukarappa.
I noticed that you didn't put the elusive unused monster, the unused tentacled monster there from the short film.
So many, from the short film. Those force fields were cool. What's your list?
On the bottom for me, actually, I guess who didn't make it is Marukobukarappa.
How dare you? Is Garashap on there?
Garashap wasn't on there. The unused tentacle monster wasn't on there. Who else wasn't on there? Flip.
Yeah, someone proper didn't make the cut for you.
Zigra didn't make the cut.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I feel like he's very forgettable and is... I don't know why I'm talking about him. He's not on my list. Get out of here, Zigra.
No, please, devote 5 more minutes to Zigra.
On the bottom of the list for me is Baragon. I don't know if I love the trend of having a sequel to an OG monster movie and having the antagonist monster just look like a dinosaur.
Yeah, like dinosaurs?
I think he's got a pretty cool power set, but he just looks like a spiky dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. But the rainbow.
I feel like
he's a chameleon more than anything.
He is. He's like a little Yoshi. I'll concede if they do a Rebirth season 2 and they update his design, it's probably going to look freaking awesome.
We got Baragon for Rebirth season 2. We got Iris, Legion, Marukobukarappa.
Next for me is Gauss.
Whoa!
9th on my list. I really don't love Gauss. I think Gauss's cutting is cool. His little scalpel.
Yeah.
I've never been able to get over the fact that they chose like the most generic monster to be Gamera's arch nemesis.
But you like Rodan. And this is Rodan.
I don't love Rodan, but Rodan's all right. I think...
But he's fleshy, Mykah.
Yeah, but this is like if Rodan was Godzilla's arch nemesis.
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of...
It's kind of... I don't know, man.
Yeah, I get you. Did you have a favorite Gauss from across the franchise? Was
yes,
the one that...
Gauss.
Really?
Would be my favorite, yep. I don't like that it was the final big monster of Gamera Rebirth, but I feel like that made him a little bit better for me.
They changed him up a bit more than just being a pterodactyl thing.
They made him eat one of the ladies there. So
man,
shout outs to him. Next up for me is Zetus from Gamera the Brave. He's all right. He's pretty funky. Another in the long list of just prehistoric looking dinosaur monsters. Nothing about him was too standout for me, although I think he did look pretty cool with his little algae spines.
Appendages.
Sure.
Yeah. Pestilence. rolling off his back. Yeah.
Next up for me is Jiger. I think that Jiger is real fun and has one of the coolest like backstories for a kaiju. How it's almost like the antagonist equivalent of the King Caesar within Gamera. Like you have to have one
mystical
monster that's rooted in mysticism.
I think,
and I love how brutal Jiger is with the spines.
That is cool.
Just all the time. All the time.
I think Jiger is my Baragon for you. Like I feel like the original Jiger design and even the upgraded one, it just looks like this amalgamation of every boring dinosaur you've seen. But they've put a horn on it.
I get that. I don't love Jiger's look.
Yeah.
But everything about him
it's more the mysticism.
Yeah.
The pestilence.
Stop saying that. Next up for me is Toto. Toto's all right. Toto's fun. Fits for a kids movie.
Kids movie.
I'll leave it at that. Just for a movie for children.
Oh, you want your R-rated Gamera Rebirth?
That's right. Next up for me, and fifth on my list, is Iris. I think that they went in a real thematic route for Iris. And I do love the kind of Evangelion style that he brings to the show. I don't think we actually saw a lot of him fighting, though.
Nah, because the final fight in that movie isn't done really hand-to-hand. Gamera versus Iris is more emotional. It's deeper than that, Mykah.
Very introspective.
Yeah.
Next up for me, fourth on the list as well, is Gamera.
Here we go.
Gamera, you're so cool. I don't need to say anything about Gamera. I think his design across every iteration, but maybe two of the Showa films, is really, really cool.
I think Gamera Rebirth design is my favorite Gamera.
I think so too.
Him.
I think that Gamera Rebirth did so much for the character of Gamera, and it made him feel as it's the piece of media that portrays him. Oh my gosh!
Mm-hmm. You want to say portrays him once more?
Yeah, portrays him.
It's a piece of media that portrays him.
I think that Gamera Rebirth is the piece of media that portrays him most accurately as protector of the children. How everywhere the kids go in that show, he makes his way to stand up for them. Third on the list is Virus for me. I didn't love the Virus OG design, Jasher.
Oh, you like the new one more.
But Rebirth Virus is epic. Turning himself into an electromagnetic turret using anti-gravity fields to propel him into space. I think that he should have been the big bad of Rebirth.
I mean, it made sense because they were setting him up since the start of that show as this big ancient kaiju.
Yeah.
Walked away. They found him under the ocean in one of these caverns. They're kind of waiting for him to reawaken. They're wanting to learn his secrets.
Yeah. I just love it so much. And they made him look a little bit more like an actual squid.
Like a cuttlefish.
Like a little cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish.
Yeah. Second on the list for me is Legion. I really love this design. I think I'm more of a lover of this kind of design than you are. And I think that he has some epic fighting scenes. Like when Gamera somehow destroys one of his horns on his face or something. And then he just starts unleashing these almost lightning-like red beams in every direction with every attack. It's epic, man. And number one for me is Giron.
Giron's your favorite.
I think Giron is such a smart and such a cool design for a character. Just have a monster that's a sword.
It's crazy that the Godzilla movies didn't do it. This is pretty unique.
It's unique, but it's so simple.
Put legs on them.
Yeah,
we need to see it more.
I need to see a flail.
I want to see a gun. I want to see a gun.
Gamera Rebirth Season 2.
Give me a magnum.
Talk to us.
Eyes, arms, legs.
Give me an AK-47. Hey, you had Virus with the turret.
Yeah, you're right. We got close.
We can get there. Rocket launcher coming up next.
You think Rebirth Giron is what cemented it for you?
I think Giron was already a real cool design for a kaiju, and I loved his look and him in the original film. But how elastic and agile they made him in the show is I think it's the best portrayal of him, and I think it's one of the best portrayals of any kaiju for an original idea I've seen in any kaiju media. I think it's so epic. And even though it was very short-lived, it only takes place in 20 to 30 minutes really, I think it's one of the coolest fights I've seen in a long, long while.
Yeah, I'm still kind of blown away with how Gamera Rebirth did its monster fights. Everything just felt so new. I hadn't watched action like that.
Yeah, props to the monster designers for that show. I feel like they really revitalized a lot of those old designs.
Real fluid as well. Yeah. Well, do you want to go bottom to top your list then?
Yeah, I've got Barugon, Gyaos, suck it Gyaos, Zetus, Jiga, Toto, Iris, Gamera, and then top three, Virus, Legion, and Giron.
So Toto was your number 5.
Toto was 6. Didn't break it.
Never mind. Let's go to you guys. P-fans, what did you think? Who were your favorite monsters? Let's go bottom to top for the P-fans. Top 5. 5, Iris.
Oh.
4th, Gyaos.
Gyaos is 4th?
Yeah. 3rd, Giron.
Yeah, my boy.
2nd, Legion.
And his first Gamera?
First is Gamera.
Nice.
A lot of love for Gamera out there, which means we've got a whole lot of kids listening to Podzilla.
Friend to all the children.
Yeah. Gamera's friend to all the children. All the children.
Children at heart. We all are.
Yeah. It's mimicking a lot of your top 5, apart from Gauss. Again, it's all the Heisei era monsters and Giron.
And Giron. Giron. I think unanimously, everybody just really likes Giron.
And I'll go for the favorite suits as well. We asked you guys what your favorite Gamera suits were. The top 3, Mykah. Top 1, let's go with their favorite Gamera suit. Can you guess?
Rebirth.
No, Heisei. Heisei Gamera. Number 2, can you guess?
OG?
Trauma. Trauma
Gamera.
Oh,
Trauma is good, yeah.
From a Heisei movie. 3rd, Rebirth.
Is Rebirth a suit?
The Gamera Rebirth camera design, I guess.
Yeah.
Gamera Rebirth suit.
I was throwing for a loop there. Yeah.
Yeah. Overwhelming love for the Heisei Gamera design.
Yeah, their iteration of how Gamera looks is really, really good.
Yeah. Should we go to the Gamera kids? Standout point from the Gamera movies was that Gamera is the friend to all children. In most of the movies, there is a child who forms a bond with Gamera, and that's a big part of the film that they're in. Should we just quickly rank through our favorite kids? Who are your favorite from across the franchise?
Yeah, I don't have them in any particular order, but the 2 kids from Gamera versus Virus,
who are
Masao and I didn't have his other name. Do you have his name?
No, it'll be an American guy. It'll be like a Jack.
I think it's the dude with
Sam, Max.
I want to say the pop gun or the camera. He might be the kid with the camera.
Yeah,
I think it's the camera kid. But they were real fun as like the Boy Scout kids who were real mischievous and just trying to spend their days, rerouting submarines to take a little trip here and there. And their antics on the spaceship, I think, are very, very fun. How they're trying to like find ways to escape the shackles that they're in. They're the ones that there are too many abduction movies in the Gamera franchise. Mykah, they're the ones who got the milk and cookies. No. I remember them being real cool though. The others for me were Akio and Tom from Gamera vs. Giron. These are the ones who got the milk and cookies.
You like it when the main kids just go shenanigans aboard a spaceship.
There's one duo that's just bland, but the others, these 2 are great. And like having kids which have a lot of characteristics and feel more fleshed out as like children with these fun hobbies. It's always great. But then up the top for me also is Keiichi from Gamera Super Monster.
Mm-hmm.
He's so cool. The enthusiasm he has for life and for Gamera. And like the readiness that he has to join in with these superwomen to take on the evil forces of Garuge. I think it's Garuge.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
But Jasher, his song.
Yeah, when he's playing the song for these superwomen. Hey, I unironically think that Keiichi is the best Showa era Gamera kid. I think he's just the best.
That's a hot take, but I fully support you in that.
He's so interesting. He's so fun to be around. Great acting as well for whoever this young actor was.
And also like the camaraderie and the bond that he has with Clara.
Clara.
Yeah, Clara. There you go. Off the dome. That pairing, they work so well together as leads for the movie.
He has so much life in him. Like a lot of these Gamera kids, you read up about the young actors that portrayed them, and a lot of them went on to do nothing or be in no more films with their careers. And maybe this guy did as well, but he was just really good.
It feels a lot like Short Round.
Yeah.
Just a real zest for life.
Really killed it. Yeah. Do you have any other favorites?
Nah, those are the ones I popped on. Who have you got?
I had a short list here. Susan, who was not one of the main Gamera kids in Gamera vs. Jiga, but was the little sister to one of them, and she just had an attitude. the whole movie. It was great. Ayana from Revenge of Iris. She is the girl who forms the bond with Iris. Real interesting direction for them to take one of these kids in the Gamera films, do something a little bit darker with it.
She becomes the priestess, doesn't she?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, priestess of Iris, the lover of Iris.
Oh, no, of Iris. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm talking about
Not of Gamera. I like that, yeah.
I'm talking about I'm So Hot Iris. That's who I'm talking about. Boko, the main kid from Gamera Rebirth. Again, everything to do with him is just super cool. He's a great kid. His character progression until the end, amazing. But then favorite kid, best Gamera kid of all time, Toru, Gamera the Brave.
Wait, so if you had to put up Keiichi versus Toru would be best. Okay.
Toru's the best. A lot of good young actors. I do like how a lot of these Gamera movies acted as movies that showcase these child actors, or like gave them a real spot to kind of do their own thing, do something fun, become these characters. Real interesting for a movie to kind of be framed around this rotating cast of young talent.
Imagine a Endgame style Gamera movie where it's all these kids grown up.
Arriving in each of their submarines, ready for it. We asked you guys, the listeners, P-fans, who your favorite Gamera kids were. Your third favorite, Toshio, the original OG Gamera kid from Gamera the Giant Monster. Then Asagi, who was the priestess of Gamera in the Heisei trilogy. Steven Seagal's daughter? Yeah. And then your favorite Gamera kid, listeners, Toru from Gamera the Brave.
Hey, there you go.
Here we go. Yeah. A lot of standouts among them, even though that there were some forgettable ones.
Guys, go back and watch Super Monster because Keiichi should be up there as well. I think everybody forgets how great Keiichi is.
Have you guys watched Super Monster? Please, do it for Keiichi. You'll love him. He's great. And then, that's pretty much us. I mean, we've got a list each of just some memorable moments or stuff. Should we just go one and the other of some standouts throughout the franchise? One of my favorite standouts, Mykah, was Garasharp when he is charging up his tail ability.
No one has seen this.
The tail spike attack for like 5 minutes in this short film.
I'm glad you found enjoyment out of that.
And then my other standout, the only other one I got here, Marukobukarappa.
The only other one you've got?
No. Okay. Seriously, I just love the whole last episode of Rebirth. I think we've talked about it. I don't know if this counts as a standout Gamera moment, but the whole last episode where Boko's whole world kind of implodes around him. He lost his best friend. He lost Gamera. It really hit me in the feels, and it was a great finale for a show like that. I just love how they were able to tie these characters to Gamera, create really interesting arcs in each of these kids' lives, tell a really emotional story about friendship, and then just wrap it up as nicely as they did at the end.
Yeah, it really got across the feeling of like the end of summer and even the end of childhood.
Yeah, it really did. Growing up. Yeah, so it was a standout for me. I also liked in Gamera the Invincible, the Americanization.
Hey.
The super unforgettable moment in the news broadcast where the two American like panelists are just going at each other's throats and are getting more and more heated, arguing at one another in the funniest moment of that movie.
Mr. Standish, I demand an apology. I've devoted my life to science.
Gentlemen,
You'll get no apology from me, Contraire. I prefer to... You have no scholarships to back your arguments. You have no arguments, only invective. Read Virgil's Laocoon. Read Paradise Lost.
The ravings of a lunatic.
Read of the Pyrites, the fire without and the frost within. Read, you ignorant ape. Read what intelligent men have written for thousands of years.
What did he call me?
Jules, please.
He called me an ape?
Gentlemen.
Not merely ape.
Quiet. Please
Ignorant
remember that
ape.
we're on...
Why, you?
Remember that we're
Call
on
me.
the
How
air.
dare
Will
you call me an ape? Where'd you get your diploma? Made in Japan?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, you're going to get me right
here.
I
hope you'll be with us again next week for another...
What do you expect to make out of this?
I can't tell you who the guest will be.
Yeah. The best part about that movie wasn't actually Gamera.
No.
Yeah, good stuff.
What's one of yours?
I think one of my standout favorites, one of the moments where I've cheered most for Gamera is in Gamera versus Legion, where Gamera does the big drift.
That's the drift. Yeah.
Oh man! Maybe the coolest like 15 seconds of any monster in any media ever.
They were singing Gamera, You're So Cool, but that's when Gamera became cool for you. That's when.
Yeah. Just doing little skids around Legion, blasting him with his breath. And also, I'll shout it not to a specific moment, but to like the 50 moments in every movie where Gamera should have died.
Yeah. The standout for me, the times when he did get destroyed was in Barugon, when he first, like, it starts happening to him in this movie. It's the first time he goes up against an enemy, but when he's out of the movie for like half of it because he gets frozen by Barugon.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there frozen, but then in the last battle, there's so much like purple blood in the water. It's really fun. I actually like it. Like you knew it's coming. Every movie he's going to be taken out in some way. He's going to recover and he's going to get brutally injured. But you kind of wait for it.
Love it in Jiga. Mentioned it before, but when Gamera is on his back with just those spines pierced through his arms for like 20 minutes.
And he gets his head turned translucent. His arm turned translucent.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
What's happening there? Gets impregnated is what happens.
Gets impregnated.
I probably my favorite moment in all of Gamera is from the Heisei trilogy. It is the first scene in Revenge of Iris when everything's getting destroyed, and they just show how horrific and brutal it is when Gamera like fights another monster in your city. And that scene alone, how it just shifts your outlook on monster movies, on kaiju movies, and actually makes you think of the victims and think of all the people you never really think of. And just puts it in a different context. Not just with the visuals and the fire and the special effects, but with the sounds as well. It was very dark and terrifying, and I just hadn't seen anything like it. Real standout.
There are very few kaiju movies that show the impact of kaiju destruction because of the main character. Gamera 3 of the Heisei movies touched on it a good bit, and that was how Asagi came to have a little bit of a vendetta against Gamera. I'm going to shout out the short film.
Whoa.
The Gamera short film. The one blast Gamera does.
Oh, not Gamera Sharp.
Not Gamera Sharp. The one blast that Gamera does to absolutely decimate the city. Even watching that, rooting for Gamera, you're like, oh shoot, there is no one who could have survived being even near that. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. It's really interesting because Gamera is this friendly character who saves everyone. It's interesting when they turn that on its head. It's cool. Did you have any more?
Jasher.
Or should we go to our listeners?
Oh, I got one more.
Whoa.
Two more, actually.
Okay.
One, Gamera spinning on the pole.
Yeah, classic.
Classic Jeff. And the other moment is just Gamera getting impaled by a virus.
You just love seeing Gamera destroyed.
I just want to see a movie where Gamera actually dies.
You just want to see Passion of the Christ with Gamera. Just torture.
Have Jiga do it. Have Jiga crucify Gamera.
Saw.
And not come
Gamera.
back.
Saw.
Yeah.
And it's all the Gamera kids torturing Gamera. Putting him in traps. One by one. That's what you want to see.
I mean, that sounds a bit brutal.
No, that's what Mykah Sagi wants, guys.
Actually, one more. Gamera does have a lot of really cool moments, but that last scene in Legion, no, and that last, and that last scene in Iris, where Gamera actually is one of those first moments where you see him almost interacting face to face with the human characters.
Yeah,
I'm just looking down on him, and I feel like that's one of the only moments in the trilogy where you feel that bond between him and the humans.
Yeah, it's funny how they say it so much. Again, he is always a friend to children, but you hardly really. It's a one-sided friendship most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's cool when they break that wall down. We heard back from heaps of you guys, some of your favorite moments. Let's just go through those. Robert, or Tovar Time, said that his favorite moment was anytime Gamera turns into a giant wheel and flies.
Yes. Standout feature of Gamera. Love it.
Yeah. When he does that in Gamera the Brave, finally, when Toto does that move, I ascended. I was flying. I was spinning. That was a big wheel.
Jasher was standing up and spinning.
JB Spino said, despite me not loving the show, I adore the introduction of Gamera in Rebirth, where he squares off against Gauss. And then also Nick, or Dr. Scartopoulos, said, I think the Gamera versus Gauss fight in the Rebirth series is one of the best in the whole franchise.
Man, loving the love for Rebirth.
Those Rebirth fight scenes. It's so funny hearing that, like, the team behind Rebirth, one of their things when they say they want to do next season is they want more Gamera fights. Like, they just want to.
Yeah.
Because they were great. That was so good. Reese had a favorite moment. It was Gamera blasting his own hand off in Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris.
Yeah, this was so good.
Gamera hurting himself this time. He's so used to it. He doesn't even feel the pain. Takes his hand off. Connor said Gamera's entrance into Revenge of Iris, mass destruction, bodies flying through a whirlwind of fire, perfect practical effects. Totally agree. I think that is the best Gamera moment. Frogut said the final battle between Gamera and Iris, which is that little bit of a back and forth. How do they actually fight? They break through into the train station.
Briefly fight.
There's a brief fight there. But it is pretty full on and intense, which is interesting because there isn't a lot of fighting, yet it is very intense and the stakes are high.
Yeah, it feels like a very charged standoff.
Ravenous Glavenus said that his favorite moment was Giron from Rebirth.
Yes! Love it, man.
Ravenous Glavenus, who did not like Rebirth, his favorite Gamera moment was Giron.
Did he say anything else about it?
No.
Oh, that's all good, man. Enough said.
Yeah.
Also, in that fight in particular, the finishing move of Gamera turning on his side,
splitting him in half
with his saw blade shell.
Greg, or G. Kira, said that he likes the general concept of Gamera taking what would for anyone else be lethal wounds and somehow shrugging them off.
He's the Wolverine of the kaiju world.
Would Gamera defeat Godzilla? Maybe.
I think Godzilla would defeat him, and then inevitably he'd revive.
20 minutes later, Gamera would be back.
He'd be out for 20 minutes.
Preston said, my favorite moment is when Barugon first shoots his rainbow beam. It really showed me how, like, anything is possible in the kaiju genre.
Yeah, you don't see many rainbows in kaiju flicks.
See many rainbows, more rainbows. Chris, or MCMC, said, the Barugon fight and the freezing over of the city. Barugon's memorable.
There were some real cool practical effects in that fight.
And then Mykah Spencer, the final one, Spencer, said, turtle drift, baby.
Turtle drift, baby.
Spencer and you're there together.
Come on, you can't say that you didn't feel a little bit of, just a little bit of something deep inside you.
A little bit of schoolboy excitement. Saturday morning.
Your mind was going back to Mario Kart 64 and me absolutely drifting circles around you.
No, I don't think that's how it happened. You cheated at Mario Kart 64.
It's not cheating. It's not
you were
cheating.
Jumping off the Rainbow Road onto the path below.
It's not cheating.
You were backing up
if
through
anyone could have done it.
Toad's Highway or whatever that was. I remember you doing that.
There was the ice. It was the ice world, man.
The ice world.
The ice. Yeah.
But that's it. That's our Gamera retrospective.
It's fun to be able to sit down and feel like we've conquered another kaiju franchise.
We have. This is big. And it's cool to be up to date with Gamera now so that we can actually like stay across Gamera news and get excited for, fingers crossed, if anything eventuates.
Yeah, we talked about it in last episode, the Rebirth episode, but it was a weird feeling still going through the Godzilla franchise, seeing Rebirth be teased and then eventually come out and just having to wait.
Yeah.
But now 2 franchises that we can actually like just be excited about whenever we hear news.
Next battle line update. I'm in on the Gamera monsters.
Dude, are you going to start upgrading your Gauss?
I saw Giron's out now.
No, he isn't.
Giron's out.
I haven't played in Yonks.
Yeah, we talked about Giron coming out. We haven't played it, but you know what? I'm going back.
I'm
for
jumping
Giron.
in right now.
It's not Godzilla that's bringing me back. It's Giron. It's Gamera.
Yo, tell me when Virus gets in the game.
Yeah. We have some messages from you guys. Just your overall thoughts on this journey. Thank you guys so much for listening through with us, watching through with us. It's really cool to, go on this journey together. I'm excited for what's next, which we'll announce shortly. But just a few messages here. Robert says, hi, you two. I'm Robert. I recently joined the Discord this past month. Welcome, Robert.
Cheers, Robert.
Robert has a Gamera hot take, Mykah.
Oh, let me hear it,
I need to hear what you think of this hot take. Robert says the Heisei Gamera trilogy is better than most of the Godzilla Heisei era. Mykah, what do you think on that hot take?
Hard disagree. Hard disagree.
Would you say that Revenge of Iris is better than a lot of the Godzilla Heisei era?
But not the other two. Don't lump Iris in with the whole trilogy.
Let's have a look back at the Heisei era, right? You've got big movies like Biollante, like Destroyer, like the Godzilla versus Mothra, which is one of my favorites.
Versus Mothra with Batra in there. Jasher, the time traveling of King Ghidorah.
You got a few, flip King Ghidorah. But then you've got like Space Godzilla, which I still think's better than Guardian of the Universe and Legion. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, the brain in the butt.
Baby Godzilla? No, little Godzilla running across that beach. Do you remember that?
Little Godzilla or Toto?
Toto. Don't ask me Toto or Minilla.
Toto or Minilla.
Don't ask
No.
Don't ask me.
Impossible choice.
I'm a disagree too, Robert. I think across the Godzilla Heisei era, there's a lot of cool ideas and plots they went with there. And I kind of like how they had different directors for the Heisei era movies. They gave each film a different tone. And I do love Revenge of Iris. I do love a couple of the bits and pieces in Guardian of the Universe and Legion, but those two were very messy for me. I know that's an unpopular opinion. We're probably very wrong. Mykah, we have a voice message from JB Spino.
Oh, Spino, bring it, man.
Let's give that a listen.
What's happening, Jadora Truthers? Jordan or Spino, if you prefer, here with a little Gamera retrospective of my own. I'll try to make this quick because I'm sure you're going to be inundated with a whole bunch of messages for this video, but to put it simply, I love Gamera so much. It is my opinion that our favorite turtle would be shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Godzilla and King Kong and the Kaiju Pantheon if it wasn't for the fact that he was owned by a company that is constantly tripping and fumbling its way into a constant state of bankruptcy, meaning he's never truly had that chance within the wider public knowledge. My favorite Gamera movies are the Heisei trilogy, and I would say it's like having to pick a favorite child. Which one of those is my favorite? Well, we all know parents do have a favorite child, and it's Iris. It's obviously Iris. Favorite monster is obviously Gamera, the big turtle. Always on top. Although I'd have to say Iris and Gauss are pretty close seconds. They're neck and neck with each other, and then Guiron is pretty close third, I'd have to say. Overall, it's been a great time going back through these Gamera films. Although I don't love them all, especially in the later Showa era, I'd say they're all still worth checking out in some way, shape, or form if you're a kaiju fan. And it gave me a chance to show my wife the Heisei trilogy, and she has fallen in love, and so I have to thank you guys for that. Looking forward to whatever comes for the next season of Podzilla, where I'm sure it's just going to turn into an hour and a half of you guys talking about Marvel Snap. Maybe a token mention of kaiju towards the end. Spino, out.
Man, all the Marvel Snap talk that our main feed listeners aren't hearing. Our Patreon exclusive Marvel Snap talk that everyone's loving. Jordan's loving it. It sounds like Jordan's loving it.
Guys, I'll say Devil Dinosaur does count as the kaiju. What can I say? No, I think you're right there. I do think Godzilla, Gamera, King Kong, I think that King Kong is instantly at the bottom.
You what? Whoa. You're just trying to sneak in King Kong's... No.
He said he could go toe-to-toe with the likes of Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah, we're not putting King Kong at the bottom. They're just
all
going...
King Kong is instantly defeated.
What are you doing?
Gamera and Godzilla can go toe-to-toe, but King Kong doesn't hold a leg in that battle.
No, I don't agree with what Mike is saying here, guys, for the record. That's cool that you were able to show them to your wife, Jordan. Thanks for going through this journey again with us. And I totally agree. I think there's something in this series for everyone. I think all of these movies are worth checking out. It makes me a little bit sad. Like, I know a lot of people love the Heisei era so much, but there's a lot of people that have only seen the Heisei era stuff. I don't think there's many people that actually go back and watch the Gamera Showa era. And if they do, they watch it with things like Mystery Science Theater, which isn't a bad thing. But I feel like that intentionally taints you to think it's a bad movie that's just there to be made fun of.
It's like watching the Heisei movies with that comedy joke cut.
Yeah, because I think there is a whole lot of gold in there for people who love the genre. So yeah, I'm super stoked that you loved it. Thanks for coming with us on the journey, Jordan. Sir Bruce wrote in. Sir Bruce said, "Hello, Jasher and Mykah. I figured I'd do something a little different and offer some suggestions on which series or franchises you guys could potentially cover and how they're connected to Godzilla.
Oh, he's given us an adjacent list?
So Bruce says, Universal monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, etc.
The Mummy, yeah.
Because Frankenstein appeared in Frankenstein Conquers the World and The War of the Gargantuas.
I like it. Let's put it on the list.
Or the whole Universal Monsters franchise.
Yeah.
The Mummy with Tom Cruise. The Dark Universe is on the cards for Godzilla. The next suggestion, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Because, not because it's the Shin Japan Heroes universe, because they're all Godzilla Battle Line crossovers.
Yes, this is why we got to cover them. It makes sense, Jasher. Anything that's in Battle Line is ripe for the picking.
Yeah. Final suggestion. Mykah, you'll like this one. Marvel. Every Marvel movie. Every DC movie. Every DC movie. Everything Power Rangers.
Imagine us pivoting to the entire MCU under the guise of Podzilla.
Godzilla adjacent, guys. Godzilla adjacent. Because, as Sir Bruce said, all of those, Marvel, DC, Power Rangers, they've all had crossovers with Godzilla in comic books.
Yeah.
Hey, these are all very clearly connected to Godzilla, all these suggestions.
Guys, this week we're watching Fan-Fortastic.
Hey guys, welcome to Godzilla.
It's still Godzilla, trust me.
We cover Godzilla and Godzilla adjacent movies. Now, Man-Thing, Howard the Duck, Elektra. Get ready.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh.
So Bruce says, regardless of what you guys decide to do next, I'm really looking forward to it.
We've got some good things in the cards.
We have very good things in the cards. Surprisingly, some of which you may have mentioned. I'll leave it there. And then lastly, we had Spencer write in. And Spencer says, in a sense, Gamera's run of films can be mapped almost one-to-one onto his arc throughout most of his movies. He arrives on the scene a little late to the party, does his best, then sustains some kind of grievous injury that puts him out of commission for an extended period of time, only to rise to the challenge in the third act, saving the day in a spectacular sorcery style, then departing to who knows where, to return to us who knows when. It's an uneven run, where the highs are high and the lows are low, with much of it just trudging along somewhere in between. Whereas Godzilla is a juggernaut, funded and fueled by the full might of Toho, Gamera is a wandering, scrappy underdog, bound forever to be strapped for cash and burdened with the beleaguering bankruptcy and buyouts. But those highs were high, and some of the lows were still pretty fun. I give Gamera a well-deserved 5 out of 5 flying turtle friends. You're so cool, Gamera.
That's great, man.
That was great, Spencer. It is. Gamera's run of films is kind of one-to-one. Comes on to the scene triumphantly, gets hurt a bit, comes back in the Heisei era for a final hurrah, pops back
dies with Gamera the Brave, comes back for rebirth.
Excuse me? I've had enough. I've had enough. We're putting Gamera behind us, guys. And what's next for the show? We're not going anywhere. We're still continuing on season 4 of Podzilla. We actually announced the next 2 series we're going through back in our intro episode for the season.
Yeah, a little teaser to say what's ahead for us.
So what is next is we're journeying through Daimajin, the Daimajin series.
Jasher, all I know about this is big ceramic stone men.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know anything about Daimajin either. I don't know if many people have seen this or what, but it is Daiei's other big franchise alongside Gamera. It's Gamera and Daimajin. Arrow, the physical media Blu-ray distributors, did their really nice Gamera box set, and they also did their Daimajin box set, which we have. I can't wait to watch through. But Daimajin and Gamera are pretty linked up, fused together, because the original unreleased sequel for Gamera the Giant Monster was going to be called Gamera versus the Space Icemen. And it would have seen Gamera going up against a giant humanoid made of ice. The Space Iceman, if you will. And the sequel was never made, but Daiei still loved the idea of having a big old kaiju man made of an organic material. And they pivoted into giving that thing his own movie, turning him into stone, And thus, 1966's Daimajin was born.
Very clear through line. I like it.
Clear through line. So I'm excited. There are 3 Daimajin movies. Daimajin, then Return of Daimajin, then Wrath of Daimajin.
And there is a Daimajin show as well?
Yes, Daimajin Kanon, which is like a Kyodai hero show, which I'm really excited for. I don't think we've watched many Kyodai hero shows on Podzilla. We did Go Green Man and Go Godman and Zone Fighter.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to doing that again for Daimajin Kanon, which probably how many people have seen this?
0
people.
I don't think that anybody listening to this right now has watched it.
Has watched Daimajin. Is it Daimajin Kanon? Kanon?
How's it spelled?
Kanon. Kanon. Ghidorah.
We'll find out when they say it in the show.
We will find out. So that's next. Daimajin. Find out where you can watch those films. We'll be trying to do some watch parties in our Discord, so join the Discord. Links in the show notes. But that's not what we're doing next week, Mykah. Before we start the Daimajin journey, our next big journey of films, what have we got next?
Guys.
This time next week, what are we doing? What are we talking about?
This season, we haven't just done Gamera. It's also been interspersed with the little candies along the way that have led us to the glorious show that is Godziban. We've seen season 1. We've seen season 2.
Yeah.
And next week, we're going to be watching season 3.
A nice little cleanse, a nice little bit of ginger in your sushi.
Yeah.
Before we continue on to Daimajin.
Last season of Godziban is when we had some human characters like Shirazawa?
Young Shirazawa.
Why did I say Shirazawa? Oh my gosh, I went back to our first episode for a second.
Flip.
We had Shirazawa show up in the show.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be going into some crazy territory. Is this where we get the Gigan family?
Mykah, are you excited to see Miyarabi, your girlfriend?
Girlfriend. Get out of here.
I'm married. I don't know. You're eligible bachelor with eyes for Miyarabi. We'll see. We'll see how Mykah and Miyarabi's relationship develops. Next episode, you can watch all of Godziban season 3 on YouTube.
And we will be doing a watch party this weekend for it as well.
We're doing heaps of watch parties in our Discord from now into the future. So join the Discord. There is 13 episodes in Godziban season 3. I think 4 specials as well. We'll be talking about it all next week. So Godziban season 3, then Daimajin. Podzilla's going nowhere, but Gamera is behind us. What a season so far, Mykah.
We've climbed down Everest.
We have.
We've had some good times behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going home with a warm cup of cocoa.
Yep.
To watch some Godziban.
We'll see you guys next week. We'll still be up here in the space station. In our minds, we're coming down from Everest with hot cocoa. In reality, we're sitting here on the cold, hard floor of the space station we were exiled to, desperately waiting for a way out.
What's it called? Space froze? What is it? Flash freezed?
Cryogenically frozen?
What are those candies you get? It's like space.
Oh, yeah. They're dry. No, they're something freeze.
So, something freeze cocoa is what I'm having right now.
Freeze dried?
Freeze dried cocoa.